If you're currently buying Facebook leads or you're thinking about buying Facebook leads, this video is for you. I'm gonna go over a step-by-step guide that I use to increase my Facebook leads into real estate sales. That way, hopefully you can boost your conversion rate and get a better ROI out of this lead source. All right, let's talk about Facebook leads. This lead source can be a real challenge to a lot of agents. The attractive part about it is you can build a really good pipeline and a really good database for not a ton of money. And that's the beauty of it. The challenge is this lead source behaves a lot differently than other real estate lead sources. And if you don't know that and you don't know how to convert this lead based on the psychology of the lead, then you're gonna waste a lot of money. Because I know I did. I spent thousands of dollars a month on this lead source as a real estate team leader, and I was wondering why the leads weren't closing. Why were they not turning into sales? Why would I call the lead, have a great conversation, and then call back in a month or two and find out the person either already bought a house or is already signed up with an agent? Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly what I found and how I solved the majority of these problems. That way, now I'm starting to get a good ROI on these leads, and hopefully you can do the same. So the first thing we need to talk about is the buying cycle of leads. So not all leads are created equal. And what I mean by that is all leads are equal because they're all people and they all want to buy houses. But you have to understand that each lead has a different psychology and a different intent. So if you're thinking about portal leads like Realtor.com and ZBuyer and home value leads, you know, these people are going to specific websites and putting their information in because they saw a house that they liked and they probably have a lot more intent on moving sooner. With a Facebook lead, you know, they're just browsing through Facebook and you happen to put a nice house in front of them. They clicked the house, they wanted a little more information. They might be browsing for fun. They might be looking to move in 6 months. They might be looking to move in 2 years. We don't really know. So that's why this lead source has a big challenge to it. And if you don't sharpen your skill set and really know how to ask discovery questions, you can waste a lot of time and money and really, you know, spin your wheels with this type of lead. All right, so the very first step is you need to identify who this lead is and discover what their intent is. So the easiest way to do that is a simple phone call. And you want to keep this phone call super low pressure, super light, and super fun. So you want to say things like, hey, this is Chris with the XYZ real estate company. You were on our website. Have you seen any houses that you liked? And a lot of times they're going to say, oh no, I was just looking, you know, I'm not looking to buy. Okay, cool. I like looking at houses too. It's super fun. Have you come across any that you liked? And they're going to say, oh, I saw a couple here and there, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll start to open up because oftentimes the first response is a knee-jerk response and they're just trying to get you off the phone. But once they realize that you're just there to have a light and fun conversation, not pressure them into anything, and just kind of learn a little bit more about what they're looking to do, oftentimes they open up. And when they open up, you can go into more discovery questions. Like, when are you looking to move? You know, if at all. And a lot of times they'll tell you 6 months. Sometimes they tell you 90 days, which, you know, at that point you got to get them moving ASAP. And then at other times they tell you 2 years. But either way, you want to find out what their intent is. And if their intent is 2 years, you're going to treat that lead totally different than you treat a lead that's looking to move in 90 days. So this is kind of what I built out. You need a sales funnel. And the best thing you can do with Facebook leads is build a really big sales funnel, because you have these leads coming into the top of the funnel and you just have more at bats to convert these leads into sales. So the way this kind of works is the lead comes in, you have the conversation with them. So it's either going to turn into a consultation or a nurture because they're just that much further out, right? A Facebook lead is very different than another kind of lead. Just keep that in mind. Oftentimes they're 6 to 9 months out. So if they are a nurture, you want to put them in these buckets. So you're either going to have an A buyer, which is 30 to 90 days out. You're gonna have a B buyer, which is 3 to 6 months out, and then you have C buyers, which are 9 months or more. And you wanna, follow up with these leads differently, because you don't want to pressure someone that's a C buyer, and you don't want to be lackadaisical with someone that's an A buyer. Because if someone's looking to buy in 90 days, you want to get them out there and you want to get them going ASAP. Because what can happen is if you get the knee-jerk response, you hang up, you say, I'll call you back in a month, and other agents are going to be calling them too. And if you get a really skilled agent, they're going to get them in for a consultation. You're going to get them out there looking. And then the next time you call them back, they're going to say, hey, I already bought a house, or I'm already working with an agent. So that can be the frustrating part. And the same thing goes for this here with C buyers. So if they're 9 months out, you don't want to be pushing them to get out there and get pre-approved and do all these things. You want to take that lead and you want to build a relationship. You want to send them certain houses every week. You want to maybe send them a mailer every month. You want to call them every month and say, hey, how's everything going? Just checking in. Do you have any real estate questions? These are all things you want to do to build rapport with them and help them realize that you're the go-to expert and you're the person that they definitely need to work with when they buy a house. And that can be shown through consistent follow-up, because many people think that real estate agents are kind of fly-by-night, they're inconsistent, they don't do their job. But if you can show them that you're going to follow up with them for 9 months, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be their go-to person. And the best part is, in the meantime, while you're nurturing this lead, if you're doing it the right way, they're going to send you referrals in the meantime. So you might get a call and you might get, hey, I'm still not looking to buy yet, but my cousin's looking to buy a house. I'd like to get you guys connected. Now, think about how cool that is. So that's one of the added benefits to this lead source, because you're just going to get a lot of leads. And if you follow up the right way and you really push your personal brand out there and you know how to market with, newsletters, mailers, consistent phone calls every month, you're going to get a lot of referral business, because more people are just simply going to know you. So with this lead source, just make sure you're treating these the right way. And the best way to build these buckets, I built this system in Follow Up Boss. So I have the same system with sellers. So when I talk to sellers, they're either going to be an A, a B, or a C. And I follow up with them in all different ways. You can also build out really complex follow-up plans. Now, don't get complex right away. Just do the basics. Build something really basic, and then you can stack on that every single day. Because if you try to build something too complex right away, you're never going to use the system. And a basic system that's getting used every day is much more effective and efficient than a complex system that isn't getting used at all. So make sure you're building this out. And the system I use to build this is Follow Up Boss CRM, right? Follow Up Boss is a great CRM tool. It's not super expensive. And if you have a team, it's a good way to use that too, because you can, send leads to your team members. You can see, how quick they're following up. It's just a really good system. But if you're a sole agent, you can use Follow Up Boss as well. And there's a ton of data, and it's a really easy way to start implementing systems and building a pipeline in your business, because that's the gold mine in real estate. They say build a database. Well, with this lead source, you can build a database that's just massive for a really inexpensive amount of money. So that's the golden ticket with this lead source, is you can build a big database, and if you're doing the right thing and you're following up the right way, you're gonna do really well. But if you don't follow up the right way and you think you're just gonna call this lead source one time and then just forget about it, you're just gonna waste your money, because this is a lead source that needs to be highly nurtured. You need to stay in front of these people, you need to build relationships with these people, and you need to become their trusted local expert. And if you're willing to do that, you're gonna make a lot of money with this lead source. If you're not willing to do that, then I would just say skip it completely and don't sink your money into it, because you're probably not going to get your money back out of it. If you like this video, definitely comment below and let me know how you're personally doing with Facebook leads. If you're having success, if you're struggling with it, I would love to hear your feedback. If you know a real estate friend that would find this video helpful, definitely share this with them. Subscribe and hit the like button for more weekly real estate content. And thanks so much for watching, and you have an awesome day.